Yeah.
That
I
work?
like it. Am I your first person?
No. Second. No.
Oh, damn.
But
I'm never anyone's first.
actually third. I think. Yeah, third. But
Okay.
but the second published one. Second uploaded or dropped, I guess people say. So okay, let's start up. We'll do another cold start here. Well, welcome. Here we are. Welcome to Dreamland, Japan, at the Robbie Report, and we've got our special guest here. So why don't you introduce yourself? Tom, is it Tom or Tommy?
Tommy.
Tommy.
Yeah.
What do we call you?
Man, I give people different names. I mean, typically Tom is what I go for.
Okay.
But back in Australia, people call me Tomo.
Oh,
Tomo the Bomo.
Tomo the Bomo. Right. That's
Yeah.
your Instagram?
Goes for the Instagram.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to ask you about that. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think coming from an American, it's like, what a weird name. Like
Tomo the Bomo.
Bomo. But,
No.
Tom the Bomb is basically.
No, that works. Yeah, totally. I'm down with the kids. Yeah. All right. So Tom is good. Or Tommy.
We'll go Tom. Except, stay away from Thomas. That's when
Gotcha.
every Thomas on the planet hates that stuff.
Okay. No, you know what? I'm actually a Thomas too because my middle name is Tom.
Oh, really?
So, but I never go by that. But I can understand. I can totally understand. Yeah, Tom, Tommy, those kinds of things. Yeah. There you go. Okay, Tom. So good to see you here. So we're here in the land of the rising sun. We're in Tokyo. We're at Kichijoji, Tokyo, Japan. And it's a marvelous place. But today is not a marvelous day of weather. We've got the rainy season is here. Tsuyu has started today. So we got a drizzly rain. He's walked all the way over here, thousands of miles to come here for this interview. So we're very, very appreciative there. And we rewarded him with an extremely valuable bottle of water from Mount Fuji. I'm not sure what.
It's my payment for today.
That's it. That's it, baby. we're on scale. You got a free lunch and a water. There you go. $20 a day. Whatever.
I get a lunch as well.
You get that's right. You get the box lunch.
Oh,
not much to speak of. Yeah. I think you just want the water. So so Tom, what brought you to Japan? What got you here?
It's a great question. Great question.
Yeah.
And
we're here in another country, living in another country, working with doing whatever. And like, how did we get here? So they already know how I got here. How did you get here?
I gotta find. I might ask them how you got here soon.
Right. Right.
Well, how I got here. You get asked this all the time. Why you come to Japan? Like something like that.
Yep.
And I personally get bored. I give stupid answers every time.
Sure.
I want to learn how to do the Rasengan, throw ninja stars or whatever.
Okay. Shuriken.
I got a lot of silly answers, but like the main thing is just challenge, conquest.
Yeah.
Do something I can't do in Australia.
Right.
So you can't really teach English in Australia. You can't really model. I mean, you can model. It's much more models model focused here in Japan.
Yeah.
And then there's other stuff like with you've been engaged in acting and stuff like that.
Yeah, right.
Sounds like a lot of fun. So
yeah.
Well,
so you guys actually let me get this straight because we just really kind of met. I mean, I met you last year, but just briefly and through a friend and all that. But I've not. How long have you been here?
3 years.
Okay, so there you go. So I didn't know that. Yeah, 3 years.
Yeah.
So I probably would have said 1 year, just simply like going back to that time I saw you with Peter,
right,
our mutual friend, and that seemed like, oh, you just got here, but maybe no, you were here for a while at that point, right? Okay.
Yeah, had quite the journey.
Okay. And was it all here?
Difficult.
Oh, was it all here in Tokyo or no?
No. I was out in the boonies. Countryside.
Okay. Tochigi.
I was there for about 6 months. Good memories.
I like Tochigi.
Yeah?
I like Ibaraki, Tochigi. I put them in the same category. I don't know why.
Just Inaka.
They're right, yeah, because I came here on Jet Program and that was Saitama. So Saitama can be a lot of things. It can be industrial, it can be total nature, Inaka, it just depends. I happen to be in sort of a city area, but close in Omiya, which close.
Are you in Omiya?
Yeah, so I was close to Tokyo. I was basically Tokyo, but I was Saitama. And the joke was that, and I'm from New Jersey. The joke was that they actually told us this imagine coming to Japan. I'm a Jersey boy coming to Japan. Went through university, was selected by the staff at the embassy in Boston. Went through all this stuff. Had all these really high level candidates all around me. I just cleared through them, blew them all down, and I got the spot. Right. I was like, yeah. I come all the way to Japan, just around all these suits and everything. Just thousands of us in Shinjuku, the best hotels in the country.
Wow.
They put us up. Yeah, it was a wonderful experience. And then we get into this room, and there's the governor of Tokyo. There's all these people. And the first thing he says is, okay, well, no, I'm sorry. When he starts explaining the prefectures, so you're saying Tochigi, for me, it was Saitama. I was going to be going to Saitama. I had no idea what this place was going to be. I had no clue. Just that was where I was posted. And I wanted to be near Tokyo, and I selected Tokyo, and they got me Saitama. So I had no idea. Okay, sure, fine. And so he says, oh, is anybody out there from New Jersey? And I thought, that's a weird question. He's asked thousands of people from all over the world come, you know. Yeah. And I think a few of us, you know, okay, so yeah. So where are you posted? And I said, Saitama. Oh, and he's like, oh, perfect. Interesting. What is going on here? Like, he says, well, you know, Saitama is sort of the New Jersey of Japan. And I said, what? What is he saying? I said, this is not good. This is not going well. And he says, we're sort of the butt of the jokes. Because this guy was from Saitama, this official, this government official. He says, we're sort of the butt of the jokes, like New Jersey is for New York. For, you know, there's a lot of Jersey jokes. I said, oh boy. So out of the frying pan into the fire. So after all that work, I'm basically coming back to New Jersey in Japan. So
was it like New Jersey?
Well, the jokes were there. Yeah, the jokes were totally there. Like, oh, Saitama, you know, there's the phrase "desai."
Yeah.
Which means not cool, uncool, right? Not fashionable. Oh, desai. So the nickname was Desaitama.
I've heard
right,
this one. I know this.
Right. No, it wasn't totally true, but I could see the connection. Yeah, I could see. But anyway, but Tochigi, getting back to you, Tochigi and Ibaraki and all, I was like, wow, I want to go up there. So you were actually living where I really wanted to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you wanted Tochigi, but you also want to be in Tokyo, right?
Yeah, I know. I wanted everything. I wanted it all. Yeah. I couldn't be satisfied. But I was very happy for the 3 years. But I took a lot of trips up, you know, Nikko and places like that. And then I went to Hokkaido. So I tried to really explore you know, on my own dime, as they say, or the government paying, because they had seminars all around the country. So they would stick us on Shinkansen and we'd be bouncing around the country. They're paying for it all. So that was nice. That was really good. So I got the free travel right there. Free travel, right, and just wonderful times. Yeah. So Tochigi. So you were there for working or studying? What were you doing there?
Yeah. So, who's our viewership? Are they people that live in Japan, overseas?
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. So this podcast, we're really going for a lot of foreign. When I say foreign, I mean people who are not Japanese.
Yeah.
Who are interested in Japan.
Okay.
And they want to come, or people who are already in Japan. Foreigners that are here, foreign nationals that are here in Japan and want to get another perspective. There's a lot of very good, I guess they're called vlogs, Japanese vlogs. These are foreign nationals living in Japan, gaijin, right? Who do these Japan vlogs, right? And there's a whole network of them, and they're very high level, very competent, and they very polished podcasts and YouTube channels. And they talk about every little nitty gritty about living in Japan. So they probably aren't going to learn too much from our podcast, though you never know. But the average person who's never been to Japan and wants to come here, we're really, we're trying to hit you guys out there. And also the ones who've been here a couple times maybe and are back home and like, oh man, like I want to go back, or what's up with Japan, or what's new, Japan's always changing. So, you got to keep up. Yeah. And also just folks like us who are already here, who just want to talk about our experiences and tell people stuff that maybe they don't know about, or they think they know, and it's actually quite different. It's like, myth busting, right? Like, I guess what? Like, that's what I thought too before I came here. And guess what?
We all have to go through it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't want, we don't want to, we don't want to ruin the facade, I guess you could say, the illusion, right? Like the magicians, we don't want to be Penn and Teller. We want them to experience it on their own. So we can't give away too much, right?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know because, for people who aren't in Japan, they're thinking about coming here, the easiest way to get your foot in the door is like ALT work.
Yeah.
You'll go onto a Gaijin Pot.
Right.
I think everyone will go on Gaijin Pot.
Right.
Find a dispatch company. They'll set up your visa, sometimes accommodation. And so, that's what that's how I got my foot in the door to get to Japan.
So this is from Australia.
Yeah, Australia.
So you basically applied there And everything went through what emails and stuff, and you went to the website and did that.
Yeah, emails, Zoom interview.
Okay.
I had one where I was meeting in person with a representative,
Right.
like living in Australia.
Right.
That was very crazy.
Right.
But yeah, so I started working for a company called Joy Talk. If you're
Joy
familiar.
Talk. I've seen them around. I've seen the name. Yeah.
Yeah. They're one of the more. I don't want
they-
to make comments on that. I
Well,
don't.
yeah. Right. We don't. Yeah.
I can't remember what I signed in the contract.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I know there are some NDA kind of things. I had to sign one last year when I was changing contracts. I was like, I've done NDAs before in the military and stuff, but there's never in Japan with teaching. But they wanted me to sign this thing like you couldn't talk about this. Okay. So they're cracking down on security. I've even had security tests for data security for students and things, student information.
Okay.
Yeah. So I kind of understand that. And there have been some issues recently. We've had some crazy high profile crimes in Japan involving identity theft and crime rings being masterminded from Vietnam and Thailand, Japanese guys. Not sure if you heard the Luffy crime ring. Have you heard of these guys?
Luffy, does that stem from One Piece? The character?
Oh, maybe,
yeah.
They didn't make the connection on NHK, but quite possibly. Yeah, some Japanese guys living in the Philippines, and they were running a crime ring from there.
Yeah.
And it was almost like the Thomas Crown Affair. Not sure if you saw the movie Thomas Crown Affair, the two versions.
No.
But Steve McQueen masterminds this crazy bank heist remotely, and none of the players know each other, so no one can incriminate him. It never gets back to him, and they have never met. So they do this one job, and they meet for the first time for the job, their getaway car, all this stuff. They have all their specific jobs, and then they all disappear, and the money is dealt with later. And they're each given a cut. And this is the same thing. These guys were masterminding it from the Philippines. These people never met each other. They had a dark web advertisement for this. Do you need a job? You need some money? You can make it quick. No questions asked. No IDs needed. Blah blah blah. It's not dangerous. You're not going to hurt anybody, but it may be illegal. Are you interested? Well, click.
Sign me up.
Sign me up. It sounds like a pretty good party, actually, down the road. But yeah, so this guy, but unfortunately, like all good promises like that, things don't go as planned. I mean, that's the nature of drama, right? Didn't go as planned. And just like Thomas Crown Affair didn't go as planned. And so a woman was killed, sadly, an old lady in her house. It was a home invasion, and they broke in, and they knew where to go too. They knew exactly where to go in the house to get these things. So they had insider information. Maybe the data breach once again, and she struggled or whatever. She was in her 90s and she died, and so they're up for murder. But so it was a dark thing. But before that point, it was kind of wild. Wow, this is happening in Japan. It's sort of like high tech, like you said, using Zoom and other things. Like you got your job that way. They were doing the same thing, but recruiting criminals, recruiting operatives for their operation. Yeah, crazy.
Totally goes against your image of a Japanese person, right?
Totally.
Like protecting the harmony.
The myth, right? The myth, right? Right. It's kind of shocking to hear that, right? Isn't it? And they weren't. It wasn't like she accidentally fell and died, or she had a heart attack from the shock. They beat her.
Wow.
Yeah.
An old lady.
And these are young kids. These are young guys. These are like bozozoku, like bad boys. So there's the myth there. So we all have these impressions of Japan. Before you first came to Japan, when you were getting interested in coming here, did you have a set image of the country? Did you?
Yeah.
What'd you think about it?
Yeah. So I was actually talking to my friend about this, back when I was learning Japanese. You sit on the train as a foreigner and like you see all the amazing stuff, great food, services, polite people. People are drunk, but they're not having fights and stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting on the train thinking like, man, if I knew Japanese, I bet I could understand that really intellectual conversation that they're having. I don't know why. I had this image that they were like intellectual geniuses. Now I know Japanese, and I'm like, okay.
Okay, what are they talking about? We're gonna go eat. What about that yakiniku place? Or girls?
Yeah.
It's just like anywhere else in the world, It's pretty much right.
But you fall into the trap of like really like mystifying them.
Yes,
Wow,
yes.
they're these special beings. They're just human, like everyone else.
They're just like the rest of us. Yeah, yes. And you got Shogun. I don't know if you guys had it. Netflix
That show.
had Shogun
Yeah.
recently, and that really boosted a lot of interest in traditional Japan. Like the show. I mean, Shogun. I grew up with the other Shogun, I think he's Australian, Richard Chamberlain, the actor who just passed away.
Oh, is it? Is the current Shogun like a remake?
It's a remake.
Oh,
it's a remake.
okay.
It's both on. They're both based on the novel. I forget the writer, famous writer, but yeah, he wrote this epic thing, Shogun. And so the first miniseries, I remember growing up watching that, and it was amazing. But this new one is supposed to be much, much more authentic and maybe graphic, I'm sure.
Right. High production value.
High production values, and had some, really top-notch Japanese actors. Sanada-san, who was in Last Samurai and some other movies. He won a Golden Globe for his performance there. So great stuff. So that really boosted a lot of interest in Japan, coming to Japan for overseas folks. But once again, it pushes that myth, like you're saying, that kind of like mythos. Japan is this mysterious, almost unattainable, secret society, thousands of years. Utopia. Yeah, another thing. It's perfect. Japan's perfect. It's perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. And you have different camps of people. Some fall into that camp that Japan can do no wrong. Others are the opposite. Japan is terrible. It sucks. I got to get out of here. And you get most people that are in the middle. But you kind of like, you swing around in there sometimes. I think that's kind of how people experience here.
I reckon they fall onto the opposite side of the pendulum. You know, they start like loving it, then they hate it, just absolutely just don't want it. Then they, it's a love-hate relationship.
Yeah, I think that's exactly. Yeah, well said. Exactly. They start off just like, oh my God, this is the perfect place. I'm never leaving ever. And then like after a year or two, like, I gotta get out of here. This place is nuts. And then you're like, I miss Japan. I want to go back. And that's kind of me. That's kind of my story. And you're here 3 years, so you're sort of in that same. I'm like trying to connect with you, trying to channel into your energy, your chi, and say, okay, in 3 years, when I was here 3 years, I can get to that point. Totally different world at that point. Pre 9/11, I'm gonna break. Maybe I shouldn't say how far, but let's just say that the communication in the world wasn't quite there like it is now. The systems of worldwide connectivity didn't exist. So there was no social media. There was none of that. So you were on your own. Like when I got here, I was on my own. Like I didn't have a phone, nothing.
Yeah.
There's no email. Like that's it. And even if you're in a city, it's no less remote than if you're in the countryside. Just that the lights are on longer. That's it. And a lot of jet people got really depressed because they were so homesick.
Wow.
They had no connection.
It would.
Yeah. But now it's like, oh, you're just constantly connected to overseas. So I think all that stuff is quite different. In a way, I think it's a shame because you sort of lose out on that like isolated experience of like boot camp or something like that, where you're like, okay, mommy's not here to help you anymore. We're taking your cell away. We're taking all the stuff away. You got to deal with it. So that's gone, unfortunately. So it's a lot easier to just come here and just have a good time, enjoy yourself, and get money from overseas, from your bank easily. We couldn't do any of that. I ran out of money. I was like, I had to not budgeted my money well. Nothing's changed there. And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm not going to be able to make it to the next payday. And then I had some emergency, and I had to borrow money from another teacher, which was really embarrassing, but I had to. And
I think that's part of everyone's journey in Japan.
Yeah, you run out.
Broke and
you're broke. And also the ATMs that weren't 24 hours. So I was like, what? Oof. And it was during Obon, which was the summer holidays. And there's like several summer holidays in a row, and the Festival of the Dead, really. And the ATMs were dead. They didn't open. Like the ATMs were inside the banks, and the banks were closed. So there were no ATMs outside of banks. There were no ATMs in convenience stores. I know this sounds crazy, but this is the way it was.
It does sound crazy. I can't imagine.
There were no ATMs. There were no ATMs anywhere but inside the bank or inside the post office. When the post office was, and I thought, wait a minute now, like, isn't the whole point of an ATM to be like, you don't need the workers there? And they were like, no, well, we have to have it in case there's a problem. I said, yeah, but why have the ATM at all? It was just convenience. So you're not bothering tellers. But once those doors closed, those ATMs were locked away. So I'm like, wait a minute, how come I can't get into the ATM? Yeah, so I found out the hard way. But all that's changed, of course. But you're here for 3 years. It's now 2025. Hard to believe. So you came here after COVID or after COVID?
Pretty much. I mean, during COVID, they had a bunch of restrictions, get vaccinated or,
Yeah.
You can't come here at all.
Yep.
There was a period of that. I just waited until all those restrictions were gone. They said that you have to wear a mask if you want to live here, like out in public and stuff.
Wow,
So,
right.
Yeah, manageable. I'll wear that mask.
Right. Right. And that's not a big thing in Australia, right? Mask, like probably not at all.
Oh, I mean, originally, I remember we had swine flu.
Ah,
We
right.
had swine flu going
Right.
around once. I remember I wore the mask during that period. And there were like kids and people saying, "Fuck you, swine flu." Like, I'm sorry, is that
No, that's okay. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
Fuck
mean,
you, swine flu. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Back then, like masks were like weird.
Yeah.
Japanese people were wearing masks in Australia.
It's always been. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was nothing new, and it was just more, you just saw it more. It was really not a big deal, like at all. Same with Korea and stuff. But yeah, my friends back home are like, "Oh my God, you got to wear a mask." I'm like, actually, every year I wear it during spring because I'm starting sneezing. It's just easier. Like you get out of bed, you're like, "Oh, okay, I'll just put this thing on and cover my face and just go." And if I sneeze, I pull it down and blow it. Whatever, not to get gross, but yeah, once COVID hit, they closed the doors. Right, that's it. You couldn't come to Japan.
Yeah, they were super strict.
Yeah.
I heard some crazy stories.
Yeah.
Here people locked down in their houses and
Yep.
Uber,
I know
Uber
people who did
drivers.
that. I know people who literally plasticked up their windows in a suburb using plastic sheets and closed up their houses, sealed up their houses. I saw that. I was here during Fukushima too. I saw that during Fukushima as well, and that made more sense to me actually because of the fallout. But I thought you got to breathe, like keeping COVID out that way. I was like, you got to breathe, like you're going to breathe the air. How are you going to keep that? But for me, the fallout was different because the fallout was not part of the air. It was just particles on dust. And then you just wanted the dust out. You want to keep the dust out. And it's hard to do in Tokyo. You get, when you're living in Tokyo, I don't care. I'm on the 3rd floor here. I don't care where you are, unless you're, 25 stories high, you're going to get dust in the street. You're just going to get, it's just living in Tokyo. It's normal. So I thought, oh, great. This dust now has radioactive particles, cesium on it. Wonderful. Strontium 90. No, but it was not quite as bad as all that, but it did seem like it at first. But yeah, so I was actually feeling kind of lucky. I was in Japan during COVID, actually. I thought, well, if I got to be somewhere stuck, this is a pretty good place because it's really super clean country and everybody's taking a lot of precautions and you can still eat out. Restaurants were not closed, which was nice. Back in the States, my country, they were closing restaurants left and right. They were going out of business. Crazy. Here, they're like, no, they got to survive. They didn't want to ruin these small businesses, so they gave them a lot of money, but they stayed open, and it was their choice. And then they just put up, dividers, the plastic dividers, so the person could sit there and have their noodles or whatever, right there. Single seats, seats, like not groups, but single seats.
Those still exist now.
They're still there.
Yeah.
They're still there. A lot of them still. Matsuya, Yoshinoya. Do you have those in Australia, by the way? Matsuya, Yoshinoya, or beef ball?
If any of them, not at the moment. If any did, it'd probably be Matsuya.
That's my favorite of them.
Yeah.
There's Matsuya. There's Yoshinoya is the most famous, I think, in the States. We have that one. We don't have Matsuya. And Sukiya. Sukiya. Those three, I think, are the top. They're the most popular ones anyway. They're the McDonald's of Japan, in a way. Like, unless you call Moss Burger the McDonald's, but that's not really. It's a little higher price too. It's like a soy. I don't know. I like burgers, but when I have a Moss Burger, it doesn't taste like beef to me. They say it is.
Feel that.
They say it is, but it's like, is this beef?
It's funny you mentioned that. I went to McDonald's in Shibuya yesterday with a buddy.
Oh, okay.
And bulking up, doing games, whatever.
Right.
I want to get the biggest burger, and I see on the picture like, oh my God, massive 3 patties, big stack up.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Right.
3 of them, and then I get the burger. It's like that.
Oh yeah,
like tiny.
The picture, right? The picture and the reality.
And I had to confirm, like, is this
the same thing I ordered? I know. I'll get it still in the wrapper. Not that one, but I usually get the double cheeseburger. I like that one. We don't have quarter pounder here because of the metric system. Check out the big brain on Brad. A little Pulp Fiction there. But yeah, so we get the double cheeseburger, and the picture looks great. It's like just dripping with grease and cheese and everything awful and evil and just wonderful. And I'm like, oh, I need that protein, right? And plus it's Australian beef. Here in Japan, we have Australian.
Do they use Aussie beef here too?
We have Aussie beef. Yeah,
Love
it's got that
it.
like A thing, Aussie beef thing.
Really?
Oh. Yeah, it's so cool.
Trademarking it.
And I'm like, yes. So I get that, and it's like, wait a minute, this is it? this is like a regular hamburger. Like this isn't even a cheeseburger. What the heck? That's how it comes.
It's super petite. Like
it's so small.
I feel very ripped off.
Very ripped off.
1,300 yen for it as well.
And they just jacked it up again. Like breakfast used to be $4.50 for the longest time. It was $4.50 for the classic sausage egg McMuffin set. You get the hash brown potato, cup of coffee, and this sausage egg muffin, the standard McDonald's breakfast. And it was $4.50. Now it's $6 something. It's crazy. The last couple of years, not even 6 months, stuff's been going up. Coffee just went up last week.
Yeah,
they're saying, oh well, it's the Ukraine war. It is not the Ukraine war. What the? There's like some super collusion going on. It's like, you know what? Let's just keep raising the prices and keep blaming it on you. What the hell? It's like eggs. It was a bird flu we heard about. I just heard coffee because there was bad weather in Brazil and Vietnam. There's bad weather always in Brazil. Come on, it's always raining. It's a rainforest. Yeah, they're just pulling stuff on us now. I'm not believing anything. You brought up deep fakes.
Oh, we're gonna go politics now.
No. Yeah, not the apolitical deep fakes of stars, celebrities. Like you're talking about, modeling. Right? And you're getting into modeling. You're in Japan. Did you do any modeling when you were in Australia?
No. I mean, my dad's a photographer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was practicing with him.
Okay.
But yeah, nothing major.
Okay, so you came here, you're like, okay, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
Signed up with some agencies and my segue sounds a little bit strange. Like, what the heck are you talking about? This non sequitur. He went from deep fakes. Well, there's a connection, trust me.
I think I know what the
you're picking it up on this. It's that Australia's cool, chill vibe. Yet you guys are sharp as tacks over there. We're getting all our best actors from Australia, man. Like, think about it. Russell Crowe.
Oh yeah. Right. Classics.
Yeah. Guy Pearce, what happened to him? He was going fine for a while. Is it Guy Pearce or Guy Pearce?
Guy Pearce. All right, this is someone I don't know.
He was doing fine. He was in L.A. Confidential, great movie. Did a bunch of movies. It was Russell Crowe, and then Russell Crowe he just took the star like from that. It was these two Australian guys, Guy Pearce and Russell Crowe, in this fantastic, well-written period crime drama about Los Angeles in the 50s. And it's just fantastic movie. Graphic, but fantastic. And Russell Crowe kind of steals the movie. I think Guy Pearce was like, what? Because he was much more major character, I think, in the story. So you have these two Australian actors there. You have several others that are coming down. I think the guy who played Elvis, is it Butler? What's his name? I think he played Elvis. Who else did he play? He was actually in a Sharpay High School Musical TV movie. I saw him in. What's his name? He was just on the cover of Safari magazine here. Blonde, blue-eyed. I think he's Australian too. I'm like, damn, these.
You're not talking about Zac Efron, right?
Nope, not Zac Efron. Nope.
Yeah, he lives in Australia. He's not Aussie.
No, right. Yeah, Zach's sort of a funny one. Like I didn't know anything about High School Musical until my students. I teach, primarily girls, and they're like, "We gotta see High School Musical." So we watched it. I'm like, come on, and then I started loving this movie. I was like, I just fell in love with this movie. And I'm like addicted to High School Musical. And I watched all three of them. And I'm like, I'm crying at the end of number 3 when they're graduating. I'm like, I can't believe this. and so I started following like some of these people like Zac Efron. I'm like, damn, the guy's talented. Like he can do it all. He can sing, dance, and he's got the looks, and he's got charm. He looks like a total natural in front of the camera. They're all good, but he stood out.
It's good because like a lot of he wasn't a child actor, but he's very young.
No, he wasn't. He was. Yeah, some of them were, but he wasn't. And it was a Sharpay who played the villain. She's a Jersey girl, so I thought she was funny. She's funny as the bad girl. And she did a movie after that, her own movie called Sharpay's Adventure. Can't believe we're talking about this. But the guy who was with her in that, she goes to New York to hit it big, right, on Broadway. And the guy who's studying film at NYU is the dude who's now huge. I can't remember his name. He's huge. I think it's Butler. He's huge now. He's gigantic. His career's exploding, and he's on the cover of, like I said, the Japanese talent magazine, Safari, #1. So your goal, one of your goals, is to kind of break into that world in Japan.
Yeah.
the modeling, the acting, the whole
yeah.
whole kit and caboodle, right?
Yeah. You only live once, want to try different things.
Right. And they're all connected here. They're all sort of connected. So it's like,
yeah.
If you look at Japanese, talento, we say talento or idol, talento, talent. They're not doing one thing, right?
No.
They're not just doing one thing. No.
Can't be a one-trick pony.
They got to do like everything. Now they may not know how to sing, they may not know how to dance, but that's okay. They'll go on some cooking show, they'll go on some other show, they'll be in a performance, they'll do a drama. The top things to do are like the taiga drama, which is the Sunday night period samurai era drama. That's like the high class thing. If you hit that, you got it made. But up until you hit that, there's so many things going on. So many. They just shot a TV show episode right here in our town, Kichijoji. It's a really popular.
The one with the Korean girl in?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and I saw the crew by the station there.
I did as well.
Yeah, they're around. You're like, hey, I'm over here. yeah, get my agent. Get over here. Yeah. So I mean, when I first got here, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I signed up with some agencies, and I did a little bit, and then I did a lot of model work actually for schools, believe it or not.
Schools.
Yeah, I would do, have the classes, yeah, with students. I'd be the teacher, and so I'm in a lot of school brochures. It's crazy.
Wow.
And yeah, and then I did a lot of voice work, recording. You'd never know. Hear me now. Recording my voice, reading essays, dramas, Martin Luther King's speech, Abraham Lincoln's speech.
Right. Was that all like English learning material?
All of them are English learning materials. These were all part of agencies like you signed up for, and others I did too, where they get you in a studio, you record your voice, and then they create these materials for schools to buy. Oxford University Press, others also do it too. But a lot of Japanese companies do it, and they make a huge living doing this. They pay us peanuts. But we get paid. It's not nothing, but it was, and then they use our voice over and over and over again. Now, your point, deep fakes and AI.
We're coming full circle.
Here we are. We're back. I told you we're going to get there. Just hang in there. This is a problem for us because people like you, people like me, you're just starting out. I'm kind of like, I'm getting tired. But all of us from the beginners to the veterans are all like, wait a minute. They don't need us to come in and do this stuff anymore.
Yeah.
All they need is a little sample, or even screw that. Just like make it up. Give me a voice that sounds like American New Jersey guy.
Yeah.
Give me an Australian guy, a young Australian guy from. Oh, by the way, where are you? Melbourne?
I'm from Brisbane.
Brisbane. Okay, haven't been there. Would like to go. My previous girlfriend was in Perth. Perth. She didn't like it. She wasn't crazy about Perth.
Feel sorry for her.
Okay. okay. So it wasn't just her. And so yeah, AI is here. It is here. You said you watched a deep fake this morning or just recently.
I mean, like with the deep fakes, AI, it's like it's not just acting and photography or whatever. Like every industry, it's going to take over English teaching here.
Yeah.
It's been predicted like in the next 2 years, white collar jobs, blue collar, super like combini jobs, convenience store jobs.
We're seeing it. Just this last week, Odakyu over here, Odakyu store, big department store, but they have food stores too. All the cashiers are sort of like disappearing, and they're having
I think gone away now.
The self checkout.
Self Reggies.
I hate that because the prices go up and we're doing the work. What the hell? That's crazy. But yeah, so what do you think about all this? What do you think is going to happen?
That's a great question. Yeah, it really is. I mean, like, I don't want to get too political.
No, of course not. Right.
But
there's definitely money. I mean, money is, they always say, follow the money. It's the reason is money. In the end, the reason is money. Even if you say, well, it's political control, but that also means money. It also means like, why is there political control? Because the people who have the power want to live better. They want to enjoy their money. So it always boils down to money, no matter what your politics are. Whether you're left, right, communist, capitalist, whatever, it boils down to what the stuff you want to buy, the stuff you want to enjoy.
Money talks the loudest.
It does. And right now, like we're looking at 142 yen to the US dollar as of like early this week. Today's Tuesday, Monday, which is not bad, but it's better than it was a couple months ago, which was hit 160. So that means that the US dollar is stronger, the yen is weaker. So we have a lot of tourists coming to Japan, and they're doing great because their spending power is increased. But us, and anybody else thinking of coming to Japan to work, your salary just went down. Just went down, 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 down.
Have you heard of the people buying up rental properties? You know, Australians buying houses near ski resorts and stuff.
I've heard of I'll tell you what I've heard. Something similar, and it's maybe this is a boom. I don't know, because you're like the third person to tell me about this. I read an article, I think Japan Times had it on a talento, gaijin talent. He was an actor, model, blonde, blue-eyed guy from Australia, maybe, and he did very well, made a good amount of money, but he got to the point where, you know, like all entertainment fields, you're no longer in demand, right? You know, they want somebody new, fresher. They've used you enough. They've seen you enough. So he decided, okay, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to start buying abandoned houses.
Oh, he's this type, and he's going to remodel them.
Remodel them, yes.
Yeah.
Remodel them, and then I guess he sells them or rents them out. I'm not sure how he deals with it after that, but he totally remodels it. He gets in these designers and these really cool guys and these Japanese designers who are, a lot of them are out of work. So they're like working on these woodworking things and these little accentings and all this, making the house really cool. And then I guess, you know, it's either selling or renting it out, and that's his new business. And so you're talking about resorts in resort areas. What's that all about?
Yeah, I mean,
Australians doing this?
It's mainly Australians.
Okay.
I mean, this is like two economies at play here. But in Australia, we have negative gearing, and the housing prices just going, keeps going up.
Yeah.
But granted, you know, we have a decent salary. You know, there's people earning $100,000 a year, even more than that.
Yeah.
And so why would you have an investment in Australia where it's just you can't even buy the house in the first place?
Right.
In Japan, in the boonies, in the Inaka, do you say the boonies?
We say the boonies.
All right.
We say that's a good question. Boondock, I think, is originally a Philippine origin. Boondock. I think that came from the Philippines.
Oh, it's a Filipino word.
I think it might have been a Tagalog. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
I'm just making this up. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, anyway, like the houses, like these abandoned houses. What do they call them? Like akiyas.
Right.
Akiyas. Yeah. They're super cheap, like $15,000, $20,000. You know, and you could buy that in a couple of months, depending on how much you earn.
Yeah, right. And you know, they're in various stages of decomposition. So some of them are pretty bad. Others are not too bad at all. They're just simply nobody's there, and nobody's keeping it up, and the nature is taking over. Whereas others are literally being pulled into the ground. Mother Nature is sucking it down in, and that's a huge job. But but there's a lot that are not like that, and this guy that I read about, and your connections there with Australia, and then a friend of mine who was here, American guy who's now on a cruise somewhere enjoying life, must be nice. He's on a cruise, world cruise. I took him around the neighborhood here because I know I get around a lot. I'm on my bicycle like you. I bike around on the Cub and such, and whenever I see an abandoned house, I stop and take a picture of it. I just do. I'm just curious about it because it looks weird. And it's just bizarre. And I'm thinking, like, are ghosts in there? What's going on? Yeah.
Got a creepy feeling.
You got a creepy feeling, and you know, like, there's a story here. What's the story? And, you know, I'll see houses. There's a couple over here down the road where the laundry's still hanging outside. Now, I'm like, what happened here? Like, they just dropped dead? Like, or there was one more person and that was it and they died, or they went to the hospital and never came. Like, there's laundry. There's old laundry still hanging on the line. That's scary. So I have these pictures and I know where these houses are. So he's like, show me. So I took him around because he wants to buy one to live in it. Actually, he wants to live in it, but he also thought of the idea of the investment opportunities of that. So wow. I mean, if you've got the capital to do that, more power to you. That's great. I think plus it's helping society. It's helping you're reusing a house, a wonderful house that probably is gorgeous in design. Terrible condition, but originally it was designed very well, and it's being reused. Yeah, somebody else can use. It's not just a Hulk anymore.
Could be a summer house or your Airbnb.
Right.
There's lots of options you can use for it.
It's so true. So I'd love to get in the business myself actually, but you need a lot of money to do that. But I'm hitting up the cruise guy, the guy who's on the cruise. Say, okay, you do the capital. I get the finder's fee. I'll find the places because I'm good at that. So we'll see what happens.
Exciting things.
Now, talk about biking and stuff. I know you're a biker. I know you cycle around.
Yeah.
You're obviously in good shape there.
Trying to
So,
be.
so here's my question. How do you stay in shape in Japan? Like, are you a guy that goes to the clubs, the fitness clubs, or are you like, no, I don't do that? No. Well, there's that club. Yeah, there's the Roppongi clubs too. Right. That'll keep you in
Yeah,
shape.
there's a lot of clubs in Japan.
Yeah, a lot
you
of
know,
clubs. Yeah, a lot
dance
of,
clubs,
there's
travel clubs, sports clubs.
club. Yeah, all sorts of clubs. Right. Right. Which I think, maybe I shouldn't mention this, but I think you were also doing a little hosting too. You were a host, male host, right? So
Yeah,
there's that too.
Story for another day.
A story for another. Yeah, that's episode. Second, follow up. That's for the bonus. You gotta sign in for that one. But yeah, so how do you keep in shape? What's your regimen? What do you do?
Yeah, I'm in pretty good shape now, but like the best shape I was in is like back in Tochigi,
Oh, okay.
believe it or not, when I didn't have a gym.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Yeah, and
What were you doing?
well, like back then, with the dispatch companies, they take a decent amount of the salary that you should earn, and
Yeah.
then you get
About
like
half.
scraps.
We get about half.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's really, really, really awful. It's awful. Greedy bastards.
crazy.
Yeah.
So I didn't have much money out there to get a gym membership, and I had a girlfriend in Tokyo. I wanted to see her on the weekends, and so yeah, back then it was just like rice, eggs, salmon.
Oh,
That was the diet, and
yeah.
then just dips and pull-ups. That was all I did, and I was shredded. It was
Wow.
amazing. Now I've got the gym. I do Brazilian jiu-jitsu,
Okay.
and I'm bulking up. But in
Right.
terms of like fat content and muscle,
Yeah.
that lame stuff,
Right.
yeah, I've got a little bit of it.
Yeah, well, you got to have a little bit. You got to enjoy life. I think you got to enjoy life.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't be like totally like zero body fat. It's crazy. There's a David Goggins with David Goggins.
Oh yeah,
He's like amazing.
Trooper.
It's amazing. Like that guy. I mean, everybody needs a David Goggins, I think, in their life. Like you need like that dude to get you out of bed in the morning.
Yeah.
He's a drill instructor for non-military people. I think he was though. Wasn't he a SEAL or something?
He was a SEAL.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was a SEAL. He became a SEAL. That was started it, right? Like he was this big chubby guy
Huge.
who was like tough and everything, but they're like, dude, you're fat. You're not coming in. Like, what? And I guess that shocked him. And he's like, I'm gonna show you. And that started him off. Lit the fire, from what I understand. But I see his shorts on my feed all the time, and I'm like,
Yeah.
this dude is insane, but he's insane in a good way. Like,
Mm.
wow, what a jolt to watch him just for a few minutes or a few seconds, and you get like, okay, yeah, I am being a lazy asshole. Like,
He's got a crazy story. I read his book, and
okay,
and that goes into so much more detail.
yeah, I gotta do that.
He did all of that stuff with like a hole in his heart that
Oh boy.
he didn't even know about.
Oh
So like,
wow.
what is it? It's not a triathlon, like a megalothlon or something.
Right.
100 Ks.
Right. Yeah.
He did that with a hole in his heart,
Oh
or
my
some
God.
sort of respiratory disease. Yeah.
And you look at him, he
Impressive.
looks like perfect specimen.
Perfect.
A perfect specimen of a human being. Like, wow, that's like an encyclopedic entry. This like image of this guy. This is it. This is the attainable goal. If you can. This is the top. Like, oh, like he's not. You see these other guys, these bodybuilders, go nuts. There's just like ridiculous. It's just piles of muscles. And it was like, and you look at David Goggins, and it's like he looks fantastic, and he's running, and he's jumping, and he's doing all this physical stuff. And
He's getting old as well.
and he's not a spring chicken anymore. He's not, but he's hanging in there, and he's doing all this stuff. And I just hope he just keeps on going, because sometimes some of these guys, they, in a way, almost like they know that their time is short. Somehow, something in them knows. So they do everything fast early, and then suddenly we hear news like, oh, they had this problem and they passed away. It's like, I think of Michael Crichton, the writer Michael Crichton, not a physical fitness guy, but a writer, created so many shows and movies that we've come to know and just never knew he had a connection with. Jurassic Park, ER, all these things he created and he wrote. Not to mention he went to Harvard Medical School, right? So he was a Harvard Medical School graduate, MD, and became a writer, novelist, wrote screenplays, wrote movies, directed movies, created Westworld, which became, now it's a whole thing. The original, he did Westworld with Yul Brynner. All these things he created. And then he dropped dead. I think he was 40 something. He dropped dead. He was super tall. He was like 6'7" or something. And I think he might have had that congenital problem. Like Andre the Giant might have had it too with the heart, the the bigger you are, the harder you fall kind of thing. And he just, it's like, did he know? Like, did he know somehow he's not long for this world, to do everything as fast as you can right now? Because he lived like 10 lives of careers, that dude. And not to mention, enjoying life too.
Yeah.
Eat houses and loving life.
Yeah.
So you see David Goggins, and the guy works so hard, and you're thinking, okay, I hope he just keeps on going. I didn't know about the heart, the hole in his heart. I didn't know about that.
Oh, he's got a crazy, I mean, up in like from his childhood of abuse and stuff.
Oh wow. Yeah, I gotta read the book. Okay. Yeah, don't tell me. Yeah, no spoil.
No spoilers.
I want to
I
read
think he's
this.
got a second one as well coming on the way.
Okay, I gotta read it now. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't even know about this guy last year. Never heard of him.
Really?
And then I was watching Joe Rogan, and I'm like, oh, I like this Goggins guy. I like this dude.
He's kind of coming out of fashion
Is he?
recently.
He's already like,
Yeah, I read his book like 3-4 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm getting a lot of them on my feed. I don't know why. They're telling me, get your butt in gear. Is what they're saying. So, okay. So now you got a gym membership. You got the big bucks. Yeah, you're living the life, right? You're not struggling up in Tochigi with the salmon and that sounds great. I'm getting hungry. Salmon, eggs. What was the other one? Salmon, eggs,
And just rice.
and rice. Oh
Yeah,
man, it sounds
every day.
great. It sounds great.
It's a good
Saba.
life.
How about Saba? Do you like Saba?
I mess with Saba.
Are you a Saba guy? Saba is a mackerel. It's mackerel. It's like the main fish dish ingredient, you could say, that housewives or mothers make. Like you'll smell it. You just smell some kind of a Saba dish, miso Saba or something, in the neighborhoods when you walk around at dinner time. You just smell it because mothers make it. It's easy to make. It's plentiful. It's full of great DHA.
Yeah.
It's full of it.
It's a great fish.
It's great fish. And I think the ones in Japan, ones you buy in the store, I think come from Norway. So they're Norwegian water. They're really even better, because there was the Fukushima thing kind of, messed things up with fishing, and a lot of people weren't buying all that fish from the Toku area, which was this great area for fishing and for food, the breadbasket of Japan, really, and it got messed up because of Fukushima. So we switched to Norway, and I think it didn't come back. So when you go to the store and you'll see Saba, canned or whatever, or in a plastic thing, it'll say Norway on it. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I was surprised. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. And I was looking for that during Fukushima. I had to actually work to find those. Now they're everywhere. So I thought, oh, wow, wonder what the Japanese fishing industry got really hit hard during that time. So maybe they just never came back, never bounced back. I see a lot of Fukushima ads recently when I go past Tokyo Dome. A lot of the brochures for travel. Come to Fukushima. Come to Fukushima. There's a lot of that right now. Right now, yeah, they're pushing it.
No way.
Yeah. Have you been to other parts of Japan besides Tochigi and?
Yeah, I've been to quite a few, but I'm curious about Fukushima.
Oh, okay.
Is it worth making the trip?
I've never been. I've been to Tohoku, but not Fukushima.
Oh.
I've been to Akita, Toyama. I've been to Miyagi. I lived in Hokkaido, but I've never been to Fukushima Prefecture, except for, unless you count. Well, that's a lie.
I thought you lived there because you were talking about the dust, the radioactive.
No, that was here. I was
Tokyo.
worried about it here.
Oh.
Yeah, but in all honesty, they had a thing called Operation Tomodachi. Not to get into the whole thing, but Operation Tomodachi. Right? Yeah, we don't want to. We're some of our guests are actually, they work as operatives, as P.I.s, incognito, and whatever. And we have a lot of people on this podcast, so I shouldn't shy away from the topic. But yeah, Operation Tomodachi, which was part of helping out Japan, obviously Tomodachi friendship between the U.S. Air Force, U.S. government, and military and Japan. So I'll just leave it there. Okay. So this was during the radiological emergency time, so a totally different time. But and then you may have heard, like, the USS Ronald Reagan aircraft carrier was contaminated by radioactive dust because they had gone up there as part of this, help, relief, search and rescue, this kind of thing. And so they had a wash that scrubbed the entire ship down because they were finding it on the deck. It was just the fallout.
Wow.
But no, Tokyo here, we had very high readings in a lot of areas. And we weren't able to talk about it at the time. It was part of the National Secrecy Act that the Abe administration imposed, and I agree with it. but we weren't able to talk about it, and especially foreigners.
Can we talk about this in
Now,
retrospect?
now we can. Now we can.
Is
Now we can.
what was the reason for that? Like,
For the secrecy, or
don't ruin Japan's image, or
yeah,
like,
I think,
yeah.
and
We
also
still want tourists to come in.
we want tourists to come in after it's all over, and also we won't want people to think like, you know, Japan's done, because that was sort of the ongoing talk that, oh no, I'll never go there ever. Like it's for another 100 years they'll be contaminated. Now they're still cleaning up there, and things are much better than they were. And there are still no-go zones. You cannot go into the facility. But in terms of how we looked at it in the past, where literally you couldn't get even close to that prefecture without being turned away by authorities, like, no, you're not coming in here. And you know, had people, reporters going up with dosimeters, you know, and these things are pinging dosimeters, so which measured like a Geiger counter, but measuring the radioactive ionization of the air. So not the fallout, but what's in the air, which is worse. The fallout is the fallout. The fallout lands on you, you brush it off, you're okay. You hose it off, you're okay, generally. You don't want it on your clothes. You don't want to bring it into your house, of course. The problem is that's not what gets you. It's when you breathe it in. So the fallout is on dust. If you breathe in the dust, now you're fucked. Now you're fucked because it's in your body, and you're not getting rid of it.
You know, I was thinking about that because a couple of friends of mine are talking about, I've never been sick before, but I'm lie, but
right.
You know, back in the States, back in New Zealand, I never ever get sick, but now that I'm living here in Tokyo, I just keep getting sick, and it's like a weird sickness I've never had before. So do you think there's a little bit of this radioactive stuff?
No, I don't think it's probably attributable to that, but I think there are a lot of other environmental pollutants that particularly Tokyo area or any industrialized area in Japan suffers from. And a lot of it has to do with just simply concrete dust, believe it or not, because the use of concrete in Japan, cement, is so high. Japan is the size of California, and it uses scores more concrete than the entire United States. Everything here is concrete. Like when they have to build something, it's concrete, because wood is, they just can't get the wood. We use wood in the States a lot when we want to build something, a house or whatever. Here, concrete houses are going up, concrete. Telephone poles are not made of wood here. They're made of concrete.
Yeah.
They're concrete.
I've never even noticed that.
Yeah, so every time the earth moves, and the earth moves here quite a lot, it shakes this concrete, right? And so dust forms.
Right.
And this dust gets blown around because Japan's very windy. And you get this. And I think people ingest it and they develop these ailments. Yeah. So that's why you have a lot of ailment. You have a lot of allergies in Tokyo area. You have a lot of respiratory problems. I cough a lot in the morning. I have to clear my throat in the morning. I get a lot of, dust from the road here on my particular place. My other place, I was fine. I was on a farm. It was great. I never coughed at a farm.
I mean, when I was in Tochigi, I didn't have any issues.
Yeah. It just depends on where you are. But I mean, it's not a Japan thing, Japan only thing. It's just everywhere. It's everywhere. You're anywhere in industrial,
like a metropolitan city.
Metropolitan city, yeah. Big. Living in Cambridge, Mass, I had that. We had so much, just dirt, soot coming off of the street. So it's just like that anymore. But here we had the Fukushima too. So there was a time when there was a really, you had to be really careful. You couldn't go near a water fountain in a park. You couldn't go anywhere where there was a drain, because it was all about the water, where the water would collect. So where the water would collect, that's where the radiation would spike. Now you could stand there, you'd be okay. But if you weren't supposed to be putting your hands in it or washing your face at the fountain or drinking, no, because that's where you're playing with fire. Right. I'm not going to say anybody ever got sick from it, because I don't even know if they have. But you're adding problem that you didn't have before. You're playing with fire. So, but that's in a way that's ancient history now, because most people coming to Japan never even heard of it. They're like, oh, really? Was there a problem? Like, yeah, 311. You never heard of 311? Really? Oh, you guys had an earthquake? Like, yeah, like a 9.2. It was huge.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 30 meter high tsunami. 30 meters. I mean,
wow, that's big.
That's over this building. It's over this building. The seawalls didn't do anything. That's why Fukushima got taken out, because it went over the seawall, the protective seawall, and just drowned the generators. So there was no power to the cooling. That's what started it all. It wasn't the earthquake, it was the tsunami that did it. But yeah, luckily all that stuff's being taken care of, and it's definitely going in the right direction. So I think there's no worries there at all, unless you're actually working in that field, in that facility. Then you got to really be careful. But of course, that's normal.
Have you heard there's some manga artists? I'm not too familiar. My friend was telling me about it a couple of weeks ago. There's some manga artists where she was able to predict like all these different events happening on a particular
Oh
day.
yeah, no, I did hear this. I did
Yeah.
hear this. Yeah.
And then there's one coming up in July, I think.
Yeah, you know, a friend of mine, good friend of mine from my other share house, Japanese man, he was in the Japanese military. He actually went to California and learned to fly helicopters, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a really accomplished guy. And you're very scientific, very, very grounded. And he told me about this, like in July, Robbie, you gotta get out of Tokyo. I'm like, what's happening? And he told me about this prediction about yeah, he even had a date. They have a specific date.
Yeah, yeah.
July 19th, something like that. He said, before that, you're okay. After that, you're okay, but don't be there then.
Right.
And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? So yeah. So he's in on this. This is a manga
Some
artist.
sort of manga, yeah, like in this I don't know if it's a girl or boy, but
Right.
in the manga itself, they predicted these dates and then these disasters happened.
Right.
The next one is
Yeah, he was totally
a month
serious
away.
about this. So I better look into it. Is it this
Yeah.
year? No, is it next year? It's next
No,
year.
this year.
It's 2025. Is
Yeah.
it? Is it? Oh dear.
Better safe than sorry.
Oh dear. Yeah.
Sorry
Well,
about
okay.
it.
So we'll be back after these minutes. So yeah, speaking of, that's a good place to break off here. We'll stop it here. I appreciate you coming by. Don't want to take your whole day away.
Yeah, no.
You got people to see, places to go, and call up that agent, say, give me that gig. Come on. Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with the gigs. They're out there. I mean, I'm not sure if I gave you David's number. He's one of my agents there, and he's really good about finding stuff. So, and
yeah,
like I said before, he pays. So
lovely.
The clients pay. Because a lot of them don't. A lot of people come to Japan, foreigners come to Japan, and they work for certain companies. I won't name them, but
it takes like 2 months or 3 months to get that payment.
And sometimes you don't get it. And there have been many foreigners who never got paid for gigs, where they worked literally from the first train to the last train. They had to be somewhere, and they were hanging out most of the time, because that's what it's like. And then they do their thing. They walk down the street, whatever, they hit the tennis ball, whatever they have to do. And then they wait. And then they take the last train. They may get a meal out of it or something at the time, just to take care of them. But they may wait for that pay, and it never doesn't show up. So there's a lot of nefarious agencies in Japan. So be careful if you sign up for these. You gotta talk to people who work for them, and there's some really good ones out there, but there's some tough ones too. So it's like that with any country, though.
I feel like Japan's there's a term called black. It's not like the color black, but they call them black companies.
Right.
This country's like 70% black companies.
Is it really?
I reckon.
Yeah.
I mean, every company, every business is doing something a little bit shady.
Yeah, that's true. You know, it's sort of like the philosophy of like foreigners come to Japan and say, how come Japanese don't cross the street? Like there's no cars coming. It's a totally dead intersection. The light is red to cross, so don't cross, right, for pedestrians. And they can see literally like miles back and forth, and they just stand there waiting for that green. Like, why are they just following this order, following? What they cross, it's so stupid. I think, well, you got to be in Japan for a while to sort of get into the vibe, and you realize, you know what, I'm just going to go with the flow and just stay here with them. But every now and then you'll see somebody, a Japanese person, sort of like, okay, screw this. And then they do it. And then that opens the floodgates. And then they all start doing it. It's like, it's not a crime if everybody does it in Japan. Everybody does parking your bicycle. Do not park here. One bike, never. You'll see 100 bikes there. It's fine. But one bike's going to be taken away because he broke the law. But when there's 100, no, it's okay. Look, there's 100.
Yep.
That's Japan.
Always happens.
That's Japan. It's like, if enough do it, it's no longer dame. It's no longer forbidden. So the black companies, they're doing little things on the side, tax stuff, whatever, ripping off their employees, skimming, to get away with it until they do the gomenasai, bowing, when they get caught. So there's that. But that's a Japanese style of misbehaving that we all do, right? It's just their version of it.
Yeah.
But when they get caught, they get really shameful, though. They do. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't do the seppuku. They don't do that anymore, but they used to. They used to, right? Like there's a history of that. Like
It all stems from that type of mentality,
it does. It does.
feeling very regretful for your actions.
Yeah. And mainly people say, why is it so safe? You know, why does Japan have no crime on it? We have crime. It's not totally safe. That's a myth, but it's extremely safe, extremely non-violent. Even the crimes are not non-violent crimes, and people are generally very, very affable and friendly. But every now and then there are some psychotic episodes, and people get hurt or killed, and people get robbed. So it does happen. But yeah, compared to other countries, it's like a utopia in a way.
Not a complete one though.
Not a complete, not 100% by far. But every now and then you hear these weird things happen.
Oh yeah,
really. Yeah,
stories here.
When they do the crime, they do it. They don't hold back. When they're going to do a crime, they do it. Yeah, so they go full in. So, but thankfully, you know, 2, 3 in the morning, you can just walk out the door and walk down the street. A girl can do that, and with no fear at all, and no worry about anything happening to them, because it won't happen. Generally won't happen. So compared to other places, it's highly recommended. We want you to come here and enjoy yourself, but be safe. You know, it's not 100%, so don't be foolish, but definitely relax and enjoy. Like our wonderful guest Tom here, not Thomas, Tommy or Tom, or Tomo the Bomo.
Tomo the Bomo.
Tomo the Bomo. And so we'll end it. We'll end our talk today with a question. So if you could accomplish something in Japan, like something that you maybe it was from Australia, you thought about that, or maybe not, maybe you developed this goal here. So you know what, I want to do that before I leave Japan. Well, do you have anything that sort of sticks out?
Oh,
I know some people, not to like preempt it, but some people say I want to climb Mount Fuji. That's a big one.
yeah.
For me, that's not. So that's not even in my bucket list at all. But for some people, that's it. Like I got to climb Mount Fuji before I leave Japan. I thought, well, you're a physical fitness guy. It might be something like that, or maybe not.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. Or maybe like I want to star in a major television show. I want to be a main character, a speaking part in a main show. I want to be on a singing variety show. I want to model in Safari magazine or in some magazine that you particularly like.
Yeah.
Like that. Any goals stick out?
Well, I mean, like it's a great question, because it's like, which goal do you choose out of the different things you can do here?
Yeah.
You know, if you really I don't know if you say this, but put your balls to the walls, and, like really grind, put yourself out there. There's like so many possibilities that you could do here. So I don't know. I've heard success stories from other people. They've like foreigners become like a culture, like a principal of a school.
Oh, right. Yes.
You know, they do that, or they create their own like really unique business, like selling cars and stuff here. It's just really cool. For me personally, man, I don't know.
Nothing sticks out particularly.
I mean, in the line of like movies, because I like working out, I like jujitsu, boxing.
Right. Okay.
It'd be awesome to do an action movie.
Okay.
I'd love to do an action scene.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So so you actually could be the next, I don't know, Jean-Claude Van Damme. He's way out of the picture now. Of course, he's so old. He looks so old.
Aussie Jackie Chan.
Yeah, Aussie Jackie Chan. Who's the current? Who's the current like martial arts dude?
I mean,
there's the Jason Statham, but even he's getting up there, right?
Yeah, Keanu Reeves is still kicking it. I mean,
Keanu. Well, he's immortal. That guy.
He's great.
Yeah. Nobody.
All of his new John Wick movie.
Nobody dislikes. He's like the most beloved guy in Hollywood.
So
he's
cool.
Totally a normal guy.
Have you met him?
No, I've never met him.
I've had friends that met him.
Oh, really?
And like just even better.
Yeah,
this
normal.
I don't know if I should say this.
Go ahead.
Matrix 2, there's this myth that the proceedings that he earned from Matrix 1, he put all of it into Matrix 2.
Oh.
Little myth that goes around.
Okay.
He actually didn't do that.
Okay.
And he's like, I hate it because everyone loves me for this thing that I didn't do.
Oh.
He was telling one of my friends.
Right.
And then my friend was like, well, look, now I love you even more.
Right.
Being honest about it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's shots of him on the subway, just sitting on the subway, all this stuff like that. And just like give it, on his he's a motorcycle company. I love motorbike. I love all vehicles, but I have a motorbike. and he created his own I think it's called Arch, his own motorcycle company. He builds them, he creates them, and he brings them over to Goodwood over in England, there in Sussex, and it's just wonderfully welcomed for his humility, his creations, of course, his movies, which made him a star, but he's just so humble.
Yeah,
and
very human.
What a great role model he is, because he's not like, you never see him in the scandals, you never see him in the tabloids, you never see him walking down the street with the phone and the Starbucks and the sunglasses and the baseball, the Yankees hat, like this, like, you know, it's like the standard view of celebrity, right? Walking the dog, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, nope, he's not doing that. He's like,
he didn't get caught up with like Hollywood, eh?
Totally, not at all.
Get out of it.
Not at all. He's just like, nope, I'm not doing that. I think he lives in New York, actually. You know, it's not. I see him always anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, so maybe you're going to be the next younger Keanu, Jason Statham, Jackie Chan, or Jet Li, right? Jet Li was the next one, although he got sick.
Yeah,
he got really sick.
Oh, did he?
I think he did. So I saw something on him.
I haven't seen him in all.
No. They just showed the reason I bring it up is they just showed a Jet Li movie on TV, the afternoon movie. Crazy, bad movie, but it was fun. But yeah, that's a cool goal, like, because, you know, I don't think of foreigners in Japan in an action role. It's always like, okay, we need a foreigner to come in and speak this line.
Yeah.
Or be on the phone, or be like an evil businessman in the boardroom.
Yeah.
Or an evil embassy staff who's rude to the Japanese. With a lot of cliched roles that foreigners get.
It's almost like not dehumanizing, but it doesn't feel human.
It's
lot of the acting.
It's not. And it's sort of, it panders.
Yeah.
It panders to an image, and it is, you know, like, there's always that talk, like, well, I'm not going to take a role like that. Take any role you can. Yeah. It's like the Laurence Olivier thing. You know, keep working. That's it. Don't bump into the furniture and learn your lines. Like that Spencer Tracy used to say, right? That's what acting is. Don't bump into the furniture and hit your marks and learn your lines. That's it. Show up on time. But I'm not going to take that because that's no. Take it. You know, it's one more thing. Somebody may see you in that and say, you know what? That was an awful movie, but boy, that guy stuck out. Like,
yeah.
Let's get him. That's how it works. That's how it works. Yeah. It's not like you have to be in this perfect movie. In fact, you're probably better off not being in a great movie, being in a lousy movie, because then you'll shine, right? Right? You'll stick out. If you're in a movie with all these like great stars, you're like, Christ, what am I doing in this girl? I suck. Give me like a really bad C movie and I'll really shine. Okay, well, thank you, sir, for coming by.
Thank you, Robbie. Always a pleasure.
Got a strong grip there. Good man. Good. All that salmon, all those eggs. Yeah, I got to do that myself. And we'll look forward to seeing you in media, wherever that may be.
Yeah.
Digital print, on TV.
I'll be advertising Decamin.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. What is that? What is that? Decamin. I see these.
Dodecamin. Oh, it's bigger.
Oh, okay. Dodecamin.
This advertises itself as like a vitamin drink.
Vitamin, right?
It's just Red Bull.
It's Red Bull, right?
Just an energy drink.
And, okay. So it does wake you up.
It tastes like Red Bull.
Okay.
So I'm assuming, it's packed with so much sugar.
Because you know, I've been, not that you would think I would ever need it, but I've been needing to, like, you know, perk up. Because like, slow down, perk up in the mornings. So I'm getting Red Bulls. I used to never drink these things. I drink coffee, but I was like, I'm just some dragon.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll try a Red Bull. Oh, it worked. I was like, I did 3 lessons, boom, boom, boom. You know, like,
I do the exact same.
Throw me more.
When I'm teaching, I drink a lot. I mean,
sugarless Red Bull, and I'm like good for 3 lessons or 4, solid, no breaks. I can keep going. Whereas before, I'm like, I need to sit down. Yeah, it works.
Teaching English gets rough. You do need these things.
It does. You got to do it all. You got to do it. You sing, dance, you tell a few jokes. You got to do it all. So on that great note, I will check out the Dodecamin energy drink, and I'll continue to drink my water until then. And we'll say good night and good day and good day, as you would say. Do you really say good day? No.
Yeah, it depends on the situation.
Right.
Sometimes I play the Australian character. I go, oh, good day, like good day, to everyone. Right.
I say cheers. Now I say cheers. As I sign even cheers from Tokyo. Cheers, Robbie.
Yeah.
Because I just like the phrase cheers, and it's sort of British, English, Australian. It's sort of all purpose, and it's a great word.
Amazing.
Cheers, just cheers. And it means thanks too, right?
That's what it is. Yeah.
It's thanks. It's like sumimasen. It's the English version of sumimasen, right?
Yeah.
Although you wouldn't sign something sumimasen, would you? No, you wouldn't do that. But you can sign cheers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
So it's a little bit even more flexible to Sumimasen, which is saying a lot. All right, thank you for tuning in, and come back soon, and we appreciate it. And like and subscribe, and support us any way you can. Send us some decamines there, or some bottled water, or whatever, or some workout gear for this guy, and we appreciate it. And we'll catch you next time. Bye bye.
Thank you. See you later.
See ya. Cheers.